Hello students. So, so we are going to discuss about the structure of alimentary tract and its accessory organs. Part 1. So in part 1 we are going to discuss about mouth, salivary glands, esophagus and pharynx, and the remaining structure we are going to discuss about in the part 2, which include your stomach, your small intestine, large intestine, liver, pancreas. So in this slides we are going to discuss about the introduction part of the alimentary canal, or we can say the digestive tract, structure of alimentary canal, salivary glands, saliva, pharynx and the esophagus. So the remaining part we'll discuss in the part 2 in my second video, which include your stomach, small intestine, large intestine and the accessory organs, which include your liver, gallbladder and the pancreas. Let's come with the introductory part, the digestion. Digestion is the process of conversion of complex food substance into your simple absorbable form is called the digestion. So what is it? It has to be convert the complex structure into the simple and absorbable form of the food. So this process is known as digestion. So digestion is carried out by our digestive system by mechanical and the biochemical method. So there are two processes involved in the digestion. One is mechanical, other one is biochemical. So biochemical involve your enzymes and the chemical involve your chewing, churning and the other processes. So human digestive system consists of the alimentary canal and its associated glands. And the alimentary canal begin with the anterior opening of the mouth and it's open out posteriorly through the anus. So start from the mouth and into your anus. So alimentary canal include mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine and the anus. So oral cavity has number of teeth and the muscular tongue. Accessory digestive organ. So what are these? The teeth, tongue, gallbladder, salivary glands, liver, pancreas. So these are your accessory digestive organs. They help in the digestion. Then come discuss about the teeth. Teeth are the concern of the mastication. Mastication is the process of mechanical digestion. Depending on the age at which they arise, teeth can be classified into the two types. So permanent tooth or the temporary, or we can say the milk tooth. What are these? Let's discuss the permanent first. They are 32 in number and the 16 are present in the each jaw. So 6 we have two jaws, 16 in each jaws. In total we have 32. Upper and the lower half of the jaw contain 8 teeth. And when we are going to divide 8 teeth, we have 2 incisors, 1 canine, 2 premolar and the 3 molars. Then come to your temporary, or we can say the milk tooth. We have 20 in the number, each jaw contain 10 and each half of the jaw contain 2 incisors, 1 canine and the 2 molars. So there is a difference between permanent and the temporary. And the permanent in the temporary tooth, there is no premolar. There is no premolar tooth. Okay. So to your tongue. So tongue lies in the mouth of floor of the mouth and attached to the hyoid bone. So what tongue contain? Tongue contain root at the blood vessels and the nerve passes. At the tip of is pointed when the tongue is protruded, when the tongue is of the mouth. Two margin which are the contact with the lower teeth, and upper surface which contain a small elevation called the dorsum, and the lower surface which contain the soft ligamental structure called frenum. So we have two surfaces. First is dorsum and the other one is your frenum. Upper part is called dorsum and the lower part of the tongue is called your frenum. The two important structures of the tongue are, what are these? The taste bud, which are on the lateral aspect of the tongue, and the small projection called the papillae present on the upper surfaces. So papillae and the taste bud are the very key component part that present on the tongue. Then come to the structure of the alimentary canal. The whole alimentary canal consists of the four layers: serosa, muscular layer, submucosa layer, and the mucosa. So we are starting from outer part to the inner part. Serosa is also known as adventitia. This is the outermost layer. It of in the thorax consists of the loose fibrous tissues, and in the abdomen and the organs are covered by the serosa membrane, which is called the serosa, and which is also known as the peritoneum. So in the abdominal cavity, the serosa is also known as the peritoneum. Apart from these, all from the mouth to the element stomach anus, we have the same layers, but there is a difference between abdominal cavity and the thorax. The abdominal cavity, in the abdominal cavity, the serosa is also known as the peritoneum. Then come to the muscular layer. Its smooth muscles layer has the inner circular and the outer longitudinal layer of the muscle fiber spreaded by the membrane pelvis. Then come to the submucosa. This layer consists of the loose areolar connective tissues containing collagen. It surrounded musculary mucosa and consists of the flat fibrous connective tissues and the layer vessels and the nerves. So the all muscular blood supply and the nerve supply are in the submucosa layer of your alimentary canal. Then come to the last layer. Innermost layer of the alimentary structure is your mucosa. So it innermost layer of the digestive tract and has a specialized epithelial cell supported by the underlying connective tissues layer by the lamina propria. So this is all we have to know about your structure of alimentary canal. So in the mucosa we have special epithelial layers of the cells. They produce rapidly when they are called distracted or when they are ruptured by the digestive enzyme. So it has to be recovered very fast, just because their digestion is going on process, and it regularly damaged by your enzymes. Then come to the salivary gland. In the salivary gland, there are the three pair of salivary gland in the stomach: the parotid gland, submandibular gland, and the sublingual gland. Let's discuss the parotid first. So these are the situated on each side of the face below your front of each ears. So when we talking about your parotid gland, they are presented each side of your face and below and in front of your ears. So each gland had the parotid duct opening into the mouth at the level of your upper molar tooth. So in the upper part of the oral cavity, the secretion of saliva is coming from your parotid gland. Then come to the submandibular and the sublingual gland. So these lie one of each side of the face under the angle of jaw. So the two submandibular duct open floor of the mouth on and each side of the pharyngeum of the tongue. So as we discussed earlier, the pharyngeum is the lower part of your tongue. So the upper part of the oral cavity get the saliva from parotid gland, and the submandibular gland or sublingual gland, they are providing saliva from your ground level. Then come to the sublingual gland. So these glands lie under the mucosa membrane of the floor of the mouth in front of the submandibular gland. These have the numerous small ducts that open into the floor of the mouth. So in floor of the mouth we have the larger amount of the saliva than compared to the upper part of your mouth oral cavity. Okay, just because we have two glands, one is submandibular and the sublingual gland. Let's come to the saliva. So it's a mixed secretion of all three pair of the salivary gland. It's alkaline, slightly alkaline fluid containing water, approximately 99%. With the solid content of the saliva are mucin, which is the glycoprotein, and also contains amylase enzyme, which convert a starch into the maltose. Then come to the pharynx part. When this is all about the oral cavity, then come to your pharynx. The pharynx lies between the mouth and the esophagus. The pharynx contains three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx, and the laryngopharynx. And then come to the other part of your alimentary canal, which is known as the esophagus. The hollow muscular tubes lie between trachea in front of your vertebral column at the back. So this is all we need to know about it, and we discuss other part in detail in the next slides. Thank you so much guys. Catch up soon.